Welcome everyone to another XR News. I am here with the amazing Maxwell McGee, and this is the XR News Innovation Spotlight. It is hosted by our rotating hosts that go on, the amazing Maxwell McGee, Chris Mattson of Engage XR, and the grandfather of VR, Dr. Tom Furness, who usually shows up, but he's at AWE this week. And I believe Chris is off exploring the world and on vacation. And so Maxwell McGee, who's one of the, I brag about you all the time, my friend. You do such incredible things, but I'll get to bragging about you a little more in a moment here, who's here to dazzle us with the XR News Innovation Spotlight. The XR News is hosted every Wednesday right here in Engage XR, and we alternate weeks with interesting topics to really bring you the latest news and information on all the things that are happening in immersive technology and the metaverse. So on the first Wednesday of the month, we have the XR News Med Health with Rachel D, really diving in deep to medical and healthcare issues in XR and the challenges and the development and innovations. It's really amazing. And on the third Wednesday of the month, which is today, we have our amazing Innovation Spotlight team for the XR News, who is just going to blow your mind. Just every time, it's just an absolute blow your mind. And on the other weeks in the month, we bring you the XR News with our amazing hosts, Steph, Karen VR, and myself, Laurel. I am the Director of Educators in VR, producer of this event since 2018, and where we bring you the news from across the metaverse that you can use every single week. You can find all of the links to all of the news, all the information we have on our social media channels, as well as this event on YouTube. Check out our Educators in VR YouTube and our XR News playlist with all the great stuff. We love this. This is a volunteer program, and it has been since 2018. None of us get paid, but we do have a requirement. You need to be crazy to work here because it will help. But we cannot do this without the love, adoration, support, and sponsorship of our incredible partners, the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls Team Institute, Bridge Makers, Immersive iLearn, Virtual Worlds, Cadets Metaverse, Vertex Form 3D, and of course the incredible Engage XR. So we love that. So I want to introduce to you Maxwell McGee, who is an award-winning voice actor, incredible pioneer in immersive technology, immersive education, and a professor, too, in Connecticut. So welcome, Maxwell. Get in here.
Thank you so much for, as always, a really wonderful intro, Laurel. Greatly appreciated. How's everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you all. Anybody who's in a VR headset, you can obviously give me a little bit of a thumbs up or kind of a high five. Anybody who's in the desktop version, you could just give me a little bit of a head nod to let me know how you are doing. As always, I'm incredibly excited to be here today. And with all of the emojis that are flying around the room, I think that we could just jump right into it. I'm a big fan of doing that. For today, I really want to talk about what is going to be coming later on in the summer. Now, Engage is obviously going through a number of updates and has actually gone through a number of updates, especially throughout the past 2 years, which has advanced it further and further. One of the biggest ones being the AIs, the different AIs that people have been able to generate and bring in. So, for example, what I can do right now is I can bring in, different AIs if I wanted to. I can I can bring in, for example, let me do the other version of me, the AI version of me. Let me actually turn him around. You're facing the wrong direction, dude. What are you doing? Sorry, the AI version of me is a little messy. So, of course, I have the AI version of myself, and the AI character generator and creator in Engage has honestly been I would say, given someone who worked full-time at Engage and is now part of the Champions program, the Enterprise Champions program, this is my favorite update. This has to be my absolute favorite update. The reason being is that it gave so many different customization options for what we could do within the platform, whether it be image generation, 3D model generation, which is still relatively new, new-ish actually, which is you can have your AIs generate different 3D models for your lessons with an integration with Meshi, as well as image generation 2. This is really incredible because it allows for different customization options. And what is coming later on in Engage, something that I'm going to show up on the screen now, is, if I can get to it, is creating scenes using generative AI. Let's take a look at this first, and then we will go from there. And I am going to share the sound. And here we go. Everybody should be able to see this up on the screen. Let's watch this real quick, and then I want to talk about it a little bit.
This is another short preview of our new Experience Editor, which will be available to selected creators in the coming weeks. Today, we're exploring AI-powered asset generation directly inside the editor. To generate assets, click Add Object to view the list of items you can add to your simulation. From the submenu, select AI Generated Assets. The Generated Assets tab lets you create images, skyboxes, and 3D objects using prompts. Let's try one. Create a World War I battle tank. 3D object generation usually takes between 2 and 4 minutes to complete. We will skip ahead here in the interest of saving time. Once generated, just click Load and place the object in your scene. You can edit the object's size and reposition it as needed. Generate all the 3D models you need for your scene and add other generative AI objects, such as images and skyboxes. Once you're happy with the results, you can explore your virtual world and invite others to join you. This is just one of many changes coming to the Engage platform over the coming weeks. If you're interested in building your own simulations in a safe, multi-user environment, visit our website to find out more.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there, and I am going to stop sharing. The reason that this is important and I'm presenting on this today is because, yes, I am going to be having all of us do some hands-on work together. That is my absolute favorite as well when we get into these sessions, is the hands-on side of things. This is not, obviously, as it said, in the coming weeks. It's not widespread available just yet, as they are tinkering with a number of the tools and utilizations that are going to be included in this new Engage Experience Editor. But what I can tell you is that this is what we wanted. This is what educators wanted. This is, for the longest time, this is exactly what we wanted. And I believe Laurel is somewhere, perhaps flying around. But one of the examples that I wanted to give, which was something that was previously extremely time-consuming, very well worth it, but very time-consuming, is at the beginning of COVID, Educators in VR hosted this really wonderful event where a biology, I believe microbiology professor, had and again, I think that was their background, had created a 3D model in Blender of the COVID-19 virus, so the microscopic version of it, which is very, very cool. And we were all in AltSpace VR, we were jumping on it, we were running around on this COVID-19, and it did dispel a little bit of that fear that a lot of people had, seeing it for what it is, not what it does, seeing it on the microscopic version on a very large scale. Blender's hard, okay? Blender's hard. It's a very hard software. It's tough to understand, it's tough to learn, and also you have to learn so many different aspects. Even just understanding the difference between a mesh and a material is confusing. And that includes those of us educators that might not be tech savvy, who still want to engage with this material of 3D modeling and these 3D worlds that we're in. It's not fair that that should be exclusive to those who have all the time in the world to go through these learning curves. So the example that I just showed up on the screen is something that a history professor, a history K through 12 teacher is going to be able to create in a matter of minutes. Even if we were to just say a matter of hours, that's still incredible. That is still such a time crunch based on what it used to be, as far as the actual timing it took to build even just a simple 3D model of a realistic looking tank. Could take days, weeks, months, depending on your experience level in this 3D modeling software. Now, the fact that we can do it based on AI prompts, this is exactly what we dreamed of. This is what we wanted. I don't know if anybody is at AWE right now, but this is what everybody at AWE is talking about, that they want, is a simulation room where you can simply request the simulation and don't have to necessarily build it from scratch. When we talk about AI integration tools, this is what we mean. We mean utilizing Engage and Meshy.io as an example together in order to create these 3D models. And I'm sorry that I'm shouting a little bit, but that's just very exciting. This is what I want as an educator. This is what I've always wanted. And what I think that we should do today, what we are doing today, is we're going to practice for these availability of the tools, because even though it seems simple, it's actually not. The prompts still have to be specific. They still have to be creative. You still have to be knowledgeable. So I want to take our diverse knowledge base of everyone in the audience here today, whether it be you're passionate about history, about science, about computers, about VR, about animals, about whatever it might be, a particular subject that you are interested in. I would love if all of us practiced for this coming tool by creating visual lessons on our own. And here's the very neat, I don't think catch is the right word for it. Here's the very neat addition that I am offering with this, which is, I would like for everybody, when we get into the other locations, so we're going to go to another location, one of Engage's newest locations, I would love for everybody to create an AI prompt on a sticky note. I'm going to enable sticky notes so everybody can create one. I want everybody to take their own little area of where they're going to create their visual 3D lesson. And we're going to take sticky notes in addition to the 3D models that we have available and the drawing tools, the 3D drawing tools that we have available, and create a prompt on that sticky note. And I am going to take that prompt and generate an image for you that is the exact prompt that you provide me, and I'm going to bring it into here, into Engage, just to kind of show us again what those tools are going to look like. Obviously, I am going to explain once again once we get into the second environment, but basically the rundown is all of us are going to be creating our own little small visual lessons in 3D. So an example I could give you is, if you wanted to, you could bring in an image of, let's say, an animal. So I'm actually going to bring in a, sorry, not an image, a 3D model of an animal. Let's go with a land animal. Let's go with a rhino, one of my favorite animals, as they are actually, although large and can be a little bit terrifying, are actually can be very sweet and docile animals. So this rhino that I've generated here, let's say I wanted to give a lesson on their horns, how their horns work. Oftentimes poachers are after their horns, so want to give people a better understanding, more specifically children, a better understanding of how their horn works. So a prompt that I could create, that again I am going to generate for you. If I was to create a sticky note, I am going to create a new sticky note. I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to say with this, create an image of what is inside a rhino's horn. More specifically, the biology. All right. So I'm going to create this sticky note right here, and as you can see, as I am moving it around, not very elegant to start off with. This is an example of a prompt that I would love for everybody to create, because I am going to have the AI generate that particular image and then attach it to your lesson. So your aspect of your lesson should have at least 1 to 2 3D models, 1 to 2 drawings. Apologies that I add the letter R in when I say drawing. It's always a problem as a voice actor. And then 3 is going to be something AI generated. All right, so we're all going to be creating 3D lessons together. All right, now this is your lesson. You can do it on any particular subject that you want, as long as it is obviously appropriate.
And family friendly. All
Yes.
right. Oh,
Excellent.
this is going to be so much fun.
All right, let's do it. So I am going to bring us to the next environment. Is everybody okay with that, that we switch on over?
Let's go!
All right. It is daytime where I am, so I'm going to do the daytime version of this environment. Requires a quick little update, and then I'm going to bring us there. I'm going to give us a countdown. The screen is going to go black for a couple of seconds. You're going to see the engaged logo. Then we are all going to appear in the same spot. In 3, 2, 1.
Now the Statue of Liberty looks small in this, and then as you get closer, it gets bigger and bigger. So that realism is just beautiful. Really love that.
Absolutely. Love the realism. So welcome everyone to the Eiffel Tower. I'm kidding. Welcome everyone to the Statue of Liberty. If you would please follow me, feel free to use your teleport to speed up your pace a little bit. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to stop for a second, give everybody the opportunity to follow me.
Follow you where you lead. There we go.
Nice harmonies.
Yes.
And once again, we are going to go all the way over here to the flag.
I'm curious, how many of you been to the Statue of Liberty? You can sit apart or shout or have you?
I've never been to the
And you're closer than most of the rest of us.
I'm in Connecticut, so that's shameful.
Yes. Yeah, it's amazing. They've since this is dating me, but it's changed a lot since I visited, as they do. But the statue still stays. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Beautiful.
All right, let's
Absolutely.
get going.
Okay, so to start things off, to give another explanation, what I would love everybody to do is go to your own little area. Make sure that you have enough space. That's the reason I chose this location, on top of the fact that it is very beautiful. Make sure that you go to your own little location and you want to create a lesson, something that you are passionate about, something that you teach, something that you have been taught. A very small lesson, that answers the Jeopardy question. Now, what we mean by that in education is I should be able to understand what the lesson is about, or the general lesson is about, just by looking at it without your explanation. All right, so feel free to use, and don't make it overly complicated when I say feel free to use 1 to 2 3D models. At least start there, if that is helpful. You can use a couple more than that, but anything more than that might make things a little bit too complicated. So I would say at maximum 3 to 4 3D models. Also feel free to utilize your 3D pen. If we could make sure the 3D pen is activated for everybody. I don't think it is. Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. So the 3D pen, feel free to also use the 3D pen, the 3D models, and finally, you will want to create a sticky note with a AI-generated image prompt, something that helps a lot with your lesson. Now, I am not going to edit your prompt. I am going to give it to the AI, and I'm going to let it generate as is. And as long as the image is family friendly and appropriate, which
please.
Don't worry, I'm going to vet everything before I bring it into Engage. I'm going to bring it into Engage, and I am going to give it to you. So I'm going to put it right where your lesson is. Now, thankfully, on timing, we are doing pretty good. So I do want to give, of course, my coffee is right in front of my clock. I do want to give about 10 minutes to help with the generation of that. So if everybody could go to their own space, we're going to go to about 40 minutes into the hour. Once again, 40 minutes into the hour. And I'm going to check on everybody and then start generating everybody's images so that I can bring it into Engage to help complete your lessons. And then we'll take a little bit of a tour and kind of go and look at each other's lessons. Please feel free to, again, choose your location. Do not go too far. Do not go to the
Yeah, we don't
others.
want to lose you. And we're going to leave. So if everybody could stay muted for right now. But if you have a question, we're going to have all the voices amplified. So if you need help, shout, and we'll be there to help you. If we need to switch the voices back and forth, we will. But everybody should be amplified. So if you have a question, please let us know. Go. Do we need the Jeopardy music?
We certainly can, but I think it's copyrighted.
I know. Well, we could always do the Stephen Colbert thing. All right. So, but we will. Do you want to have just a little bit of background music with this? Maxwell,
Yeah,
you're really good at finding some of that really quick
yeah,
to
absolutely.
give us a little something. Gentle
me-
tunes.
Yeah, gentle.
Or
Let's
even
see.
just bird and sea noises while everybody's working.
Do. Oh, perfect. I got a little something for us. Take that volume down. How's that volume right there? Too high or?
It sounds good.
Good for me.
Good.
Great.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, relax. Build some lessons for us. That's very smart. I appreciate that. It looks like everybody, the first thing they're doing is they're generating the prompt first, and then moving on to the 3D models. Very nicely done.
I hit
Tell me
save
what
note,
it
but where
is.
did it go?
It's right in your list of notes. You can click on it over on the left.
Oh, okay, there. And then,
So
how do
you click
I-
on it, and then you hit the sticky note button, and then you choose a color,
Okay.
and then create sticky note, and it shows up.
oh, there it is. Okay, gotcha.
There you go. Okay.
Okay,
Just want to make sure.
yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Good. Oh, that's a long
Okay.
one. No wonder it took you so long. All right, everyone's amplified, and a last bit is being added here. So I want to know, while Maxwell's adding the last bit, how was this for you all? We had some AI stuff and using some native tools. How was it?
Well, I had Gemini help me real quickly, and then Lance came and worked faster than Gemini. So
What were you using the Gemini AI for?
because I couldn't remember what to do, so I asked it how to create the sticky note. But,
Okay.
but Lance was faster than. Well,
Yes.
Lance helped me. He knows me better than Gemini knows me, so he was a better help.
Okay. You know, they're not perfect yet. So Maxwell, over to you.
All right. Just take a sip of my coffee. So as far as the lessons that we've got going on that we have created, I have actually shared the images, I believe, with everybody, and in doing so, let me actually export our music that we've got going on. Would love to start with the math lesson over here.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to try a couple of geometry things. So I have not picked this up yet. What I would need to do is put this. This is a right circular cone, and I'm not very good. I don't remember how to turn them over. Because what I'd like to do is
you
put
click the
this
gizmo. So when you click
Okay,
on it,
click
in
the-
your options, you'll see gizmo.
and the
But
options.
the other one is you can hold down I think it's your left trigger and move your hand around, and it should rotate it.
Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I started to have it. Ah! Okay, Lance, come help me.
It's two-handed. No, it's two-handed.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, it's two-handed. Okay.
Lance is in demand today.
Okay. Okay, there. Wait, I almost had it. Okay, it's going. It's going. I'm trying to get it on top. There it goes. Whoa, no, not quite.
It takes some
my
getting
Close
used
enough.
There you go.
Okay, that's not quite straight, but you get the idea. And then okay. And so, yeah, you just imagine this is straight, okay?
We got it. We got it.
You have two
Ooh.
right circular cones, and you intersect them with a plane. If you do it at the same angle as what they call the generator lines, you will get a parabola. So if you looked at this from the other side, you would see a parabola in that intersection. If you increase the angle, then you get a hyperbola. And that's what I was going to show. And this, my plane, my piece, so I accidentally moved that one. Sorry.
No, you didn't. I did. I was, but I
okay.
clicked on the wrong option. So you're there.
Okay. If you have this is great. If you have a horizontal plane, which is my piece of flooring here, and intersect that same right circular cone, then you get a circle. So there's all kinds of fun things you can do with intersecting these right circular cones with a plane, depending on the angle of the plane. And so if I were a little bit more practiced, I could get it all straight and show it a little bit better.
Very cool.
And that's our
Very cool.
That's our lesson for today.
That was great, Colleen.
Yeah.
Kalima, that's
Nicely done.
awesome. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Awesome. And such an excellent
Well
use
done.
of the primitives.
Mm.
Mhm. Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Very cool.
Okay.
I think
Are we
is
Dance
this
with Trees? Yeah. Unmute Dance with Trees. We'd love to hear you. Yes.
Hmm. So this one I chose because I'm probably going to be doing this shortly in the future. But so I chose my lesson is going to be Introduction to Ham Radio. So obviously we need a little more interactivity to actually get into it, but you get the basic idea, I think.
very cool? I've heard that you have to have like a full-on license for ham radio.
Yes, you do, actually. Yep. if you want to do it legitimately, then yes.
Oh,
Now, why? Why do you need a license?
Because you need a license to operate ham radio because it is regulated by the government in all countries that do it. And so the idea is you need to demonstrate that you are proficient in radio communications and procedures and rules and regulations, and you have to know all these things. So the license proves, because you actually have to take an exam to receive the license, it proves that you know all the things you need to know.
What is the
well, one of
what
the
is
very important things with ham radio is that during times of crisis, provide emergency communication for the government, so we can retune our radios to talk to police or fire or military or aircraft. But
Yeah.
we only do that when we're supposed to. So we have to understand how to tune our radio so we do not accidentally talk on the wrong frequencies when we're not supposed to.
Yeah, so in emergency communications, so a lot of times, whether it's a man-made disaster or a natural disaster, the first thing to go is telephone, internet, all that stuff gone. Either the infrastructure is destroyed by, hurricane, tornado, whatever it is, or it becomes so overloaded that it basically becomes useless. So ham radio is actually the only reliable means of communication that doesn't require infrastructure to be able to use it. All you need is a radio and an antenna, and you're good to go.
That's so cool. Very nice. All right, awesome. Let's. I think it looks like we've got a Starry Night presentation over here
Mm-hmm.
with a muse.
Actually, I may not have had enough sleep last night. And so that this was slightly delusional, but not totally. I've been using AI a lot to help write a memoir or reorganize a memoir from a normal linear to a more convoluted form. And I am partially using a mechanism, an AI, to make that happen. So that's what that is. My interpretation
Of an
That's
AI, right?
of an AI.
Of an
Or
AI.
of a human brain being augmented by an AI.
Okay. I
Very
love
nice.
it. I love that, Steph. Fantastic.
Very nice. So
Great,
you,
Steph.
you say it's a memoir, and so it's a different version of a memoir.
Yeah. Instead of just a linear year by year, chapter by chapter, I'm using the AI to reorganize it so that it is by, say, subject matter,
Oh, that's very interesting.
which is something that a human brain isn't good at, but
Yeah.
AI definitely is.
That's a great use of AI, especially for assisted writing.
Yeah, especially when we're breaking the rule, because it's so natural for us to do everything in chronology. We to break chronology is hard. So this is good. Need to have like a egg cracking on the brain cracked open.
That might have been a little too gory.
That's true. That's true. That's fantastic. Very artistic. I love that. I love that.
Fantastic.
All right. Well done. Yay. All right.
Dinosaurs.
We got. Oh, this poster is awesome.
Oh, I will admit, I actually
look
like
at
this
that.
poster. Ooh, I'm gonna
Wow.
make that.
That is cool. How can I save
How did-
that? Oh, wow. Lance, you have to
Did the
help me
AI
after this is over.
So
That's
this.
Yeah. Yeah. If
Oh,
you
I
could share
see.
these in our Discord, that would be awesome.
okay. The way that
Definitely.
this came about is, well, you all know Rich Moore. His son, he has two twins, and one of his twins is Messiah, and Messiah has this dinosaur he carries around with him, and he wanted me to make it into a 3D model. So and I had used Meshy about a year ago, just very quickly. So that just popped into my head. But anyway, that's how this came about.
Very,
But
very cool.
It
Yeah,
did
that's
a great
wonderful.
job.
And
Should I?
practical too.
I think it's the channel. It's the XR. I could put it in the XR News channel, Laurel.
Put it in
If that's it.
discussion. Yeah, put it in the discussion one, because then we'll I'll write something
Open
up,
discussion.
or you can make a mention. Yep, and I'll jump in and make a mention
Okay.
of it.
I'll put it. It's labeled as Dino. It's a PNG.
Okay,
Cool.
got it.
Awesome.
If we could do all the images one by one, that would be fabulous, because there's some great stuff in the next one I'm seriously impressed with.
Let's do beautiful. All that good stuff. All right, cool. The plane I'm also really fascinated with. Oh, you have a personal connection to stuff.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Yeah,
I'll upload these into the Discord. Great. Go for it.
Yeah. So, well, I guess everybody over here even likes flying or hates flying. People usually hate flying because of they being scared of flights. The thing is that a lot of people think that the newest the airplane which is new is more safe than the older aircrafts, and this is also not true. What makes aircrafts really safe is how you take care of the aircraft, how you perform your maintenance, and there are a couple of prescribed maintenance tasks which are regularly performed. They have different names: C checks, D checks, whatever. But one of the most expensive thing on the aircraft is engine, which requires a very special approach as for the maintenance. And that is actually a very cool thing to see how it's performed. I really recommend YouTube to see how it is performed, how it is detached from the aircraft very carefully. Every usually 5,000 cycles, it is opened, and some of the parts might be replaced, cleaned, etc., etc. But every 30,000 flying hours approximately, the engine is completely, what's the English word for that, like dismantled. It's like completely opened, and it goes like every single part is checked, and if there is anything wrong with it, it is replaced, and then it puts together, and it takes even months to get it done. And yeah, one of the reasons is because create a new one or to buy a new one is extremely expensive. So yeah, that's really cool thing to see, to watch how it's done, because it is very precise work.
Very epic. Very nicely done. And I think we've got a little bit of a time crunch here. So right over here, we've also got the Siamese Fighting Fish.
So this is obviously a picture from, because this is a domesticated one. The wild ones have short fins, and the water is clean. These fish live in stagnant water. That's why they breathe air, and they make a nest for their eggs out of bubbles, and the male takes care of it. And these fish will, and some other fish that live in stagnant water, will actually drown if they don't have access to air. They need to breathe air. And well, this is a picture of a aquarium and cultured fish.
Wow. George, do they have to live in stagnant water? Can they live in fresh water too?
Oh yes, I mean they're fine in fresh water, but the thing is that they're able to live in water that has very low oxygen content, to make the nest out of bubbles to aerate the eggs. And if an egg falls out, the male puts it back into the nest and blows more bubbles as needed. So, in places where, like in the tropics, where you're walking past a drainage ditch and you'll see these bubble nests in the ditch. Yeah.
That's amazing. So they've
It'll
just
be like really stagnant aquariums.
they've environmentally learned how to survive in that type of an. That's amazing.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And they actually,
Yeah.
they also breed them not just for looking nice like this one, they are actually for fighting too. And they have like they're fighting roosters, they fight Siamese fighting fish.
Wow. Well, I learned something new from that. That's very interesting.
I mean, this guy obviously hasn't done any fighting because his fins are absolutely perfect. If there's competition.
That's cool.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, thank you for the picture. I didn't know what to expect. I also try to post a sticky note showing the anatomy, because these fish and some others actually have, they have an organ for breathing air, and they must breathe.
Wow. I'm always interested in the fish that breathe actual oxygen. That's so interesting.
It is interesting.
Very nice. All right. I believe that about wraps up our lessons that we had created. Congratulations, everybody, on building these out. They are going to get even easier in late summer as Engage rolls out some of these updates. Thank you, everybody, very much. Laurel, back to you.
Yay! Oh, Maxwell, this was so much fun. I love seeing all the creativity, and then how the AI just wonderful, enhances this experience. So thank you to Maxwell McGee every time we do this. So incredible. Yay. And I want to thank all of you for being great teachers. Look at you. You're all instantly, in 10 minutes, about 10, 15 minutes, you all became teachers using this technology. And learners. You got to learn
That's
new
right.
things. Yeah. It's just
Yes.
amazing. And this is such a great demonstration of the power of Engage XR because some of you have very little experience doing this, and they were able to just pull out native tools and then use, Maxwell McGee was able to very quickly generate these amazing AI images and bring them in. And soon, we also have the ability with our AIs here in Engage XR to actually create 3D models and do things too. It just takes a little more time, but it's incredible. So thank you all for doing this. I am just so grateful for this show. I love the XR News. Every single Wednesday, we bring you the news from everywhere, from across the metaverse, so that you can learn more about what's going on and be aware of all the changes that are happening right now. Next week is our regular news show, and boy, oh boy, we just learned that XR technology in education and business is exploding in Japan. We're going to be talking about that, and we're also going to be we're kind of tentatively working on a show that's going to cover robotics and XR, because Karen is about to get a robot any moment. Any news on that, Karen?
No, no, I'm just waiting with bated breath. They haven't even started shipping out the paid ones yet, the fully purchased ones.
We want them now, because that robot that she's getting is actually being trained with VR from where this robot is created. Where is it built?
It's in Silicon Valley. I forget which city. Hayward, I think, but I'm not
close enough.
Sure.
It's in California, and so their robots are being transported all over the world, delivered. And when they need the robots,
Laurel, the first shipments are going only within the United States. So U.S. orders are being filled first before international orders.
Okay, so it's coming soon. And anyway, it's really exciting, and the fact that VR is being used to train it. So we're gonna Steph and I are gonna, a few of us other, we're talking about maybe doing a news show that really looks at the cross-section of AI, XR, and robotics. So just we're
Ooh.
talking, it's going to be really exciting. And
Ooh.
so next week's XR News is going to be a regular news show, and we'll check in to see if she has her wonderful thing. We are a wonderful robot. We cannot wait. But I'm really excited for the June 1st is our XR News Med Health, and we are really honored to have Christine Schwartz of Virtual Round Ballers. And this, not my name, but I love this. She's using VR XR technology and mixed reality technology to put athletics and fitness, make it come alive. And the first one's called the Virtual Round Ballers because the first game they did was basketball in VR, in mixed reality. So really looking at health and fitness technology in mixed reality, and what the future is, you know, those of us who love killing squares with Beat Saber and Supernatural and all the other things are out there, this is taking it to the next level. And so we're really excited to have Christine Schwartz from Virtual Round Ballers come join us with host Rachel D. And that's it. So thank you, Maxwell McGee. Thank you to all of our entire team, to all of our sponsors, all of our partners, and to Engage XR for continuing to support this amazing event. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.